Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Rants About Tech Live, number 202 for this Friday, November 7th. I'm your host, Rod, here in sunny Philadelphia with some of my good friends in the chat. I appreciate you guys for being here. I had a rough start this morning, so I had to let the intro rock and I had to turn the music down a little bit so it just wouldn't be all crazy. But it leveled out. It leveled out and we're here without the skipping. So thanks for being here, you guys. The tech news show where we talk about today's tech news, we talk about today's eInk news, we talk about random stuff as well. So if you like that kind of thing, hit the like button. Subscribe if you like content like this and you think you might want to see more of it. That's a thing too. So today we're going to talk about some eInk stuff that I thought was very surprising. 25,000 PPI. You never thought you'd live to see that. You never thought you'd live to see it. We got to talk about it on the show today. We're going to talk about some WhatsApp stuff too. But before we do that, let's talk about some random stuff we got here. I saw a story this morning. Chinese astronauts stranded in space. Listen, my heart goes out to those guys. I hope they get that situation resolved. They're supposed to be able to get on another craft to come back if that craft wasn't damaged by the same debris that damaged their original craft. So yeah, heart goes out to those guys. I hope everything ends up okay on that end. Michael Jackson biopic. I saw it this morning. It's coming. I'm so excited for it. I don't know why, but I am. New Zelda movie has started production. Zelda, yay! I'm a big video game fan. I'm a big Nintendo fan, more specifically, and to see them start production on the Zelda movie makes my heart feel good. Makes my heart feel good. So if you guys are looking forward to that, so am I. Oh, the volume seems a bit high. Is it? Is the music a bit high? Oh, it's me. Oh, it's the pod mic was a bit high. My bad. Oh boy, I messed with the volume a bit. My bad. What else we got here? And I think that's all for the rando news. How you guys doing today, though? How you guys weather where you're at in the world today? You having sunny weather, bad weather, rainy weather? Let's hear it. Has the snow started where anyone's at already? The snow hasn't started here, although they say we're supposed to get a pretty, I guess not a record snow year for Philadelphia, but we're supposed to get more snow than we have gotten in the last few years. So that's going to be a thing for me. Has it started where you guys are at all? There was an eInk device I had on my little agenda here that I wanted to talk about, but I took it off at the last minute, so maybe we'll talk about that Monday. But there's a lot of new eInk devices on the market right now. A lot of new eInk devices from a ton of different companies that I have never heard of. So that's going to be a thing for next week. We're probably going to group all of those together and talk about those in the show next week. But let me know if you guys have heard about any eInk devices that seem interesting to you that are off the beaten path, right? Like the ones we haven't or don't talk about to ad nauseum here. Robert Perkins says that we are supposed to get snow on Saturday night just west of Chicago. Not in Rhode Island. Okay, no doubt. Well, yeah, snow's starting. It hasn't started here yet. I don't think it's supposed to start here for a little while, but when it does start here in Philly, it's supposed to be pretty bad. So you guys wish me luck. I'm going to be in the house. Like I told you guys already. I'll probably do way more. I'll probably do more lives when it starts snowing. I don't have a life already. When it snows, I have even more less of a life. More or less? You know what I'm talking about. Oh, for snow levels. Gotcha. I got to check my farmer's almanac. History will repeat itself, but with the weather being what it's been lately, with global warming affecting everything, or that's what they say anyway. Regardless, the weather patterns have been changing, regardless of what the cause is, and with the new weather patterns, is the farmer's almanac still relevant? You let me know. While you do that, let's go on to the tech story. We're going to get a transition in here. Next week, I'm telling you, transparent transitions, we're going to have it. Good morning, Aaron. How's it going? Salute to you, sir. BM, I didn't give you a dab this morning, bro, so my bad. I usually hit you up with a dab. All right, let's go ahead and talk about the tech stories for today, shall we? What do we got here first? First up, we got, is WhatsApp first? It's not first. Why do I have WhatsApp here first? We'll do WhatsApp first anyway. let's go ahead and do WhatsApp first. All right, so WhatsApp, third-party integration. If you didn't know, this is probably going to be a big thing. You guys use WhatsApp out there? You security-minded people out there, you guys using WhatsApp? If you're not, you should be. I don't know to what extent Signal qualifies with this as well, but I use Signal. I use Signal too. But WhatsApp, WhatsApp is already one of those apps that no matter what brand of phone you have, Android, iOS, no matter where you are in the world, you can message people that you are like to be in contact with, or that you are in contact with using WhatsApp. It's one of those universal apps or universal messaging apps that no matter where people are, typically they have WhatsApp and you can message them using that app, or like I said, what brand of phone they have. So it's one of those universal apps already that people are just using for all kinds of things, making payments and stuff. So you can do all kinds of things through WhatsApp. And now they're adding the ability to talk to other apps, other messaging apps, right? So let's go ahead and get into the details here. WhatsApp is testing third-party messaging support that's in beta right now, enabling EU users to chat across apps like Signal and Telegram directly in WhatsApp, driven by DMA regulations. This interoperability promises seamless communication, but faces privacy and regional limitations. The feature could reshape digital messaging dynamics, is what the article here is saying. What else we got here? In a move that's poised to reshape the messaging landscape, WhatsApp is rolling out support for third-party apps, allowing users to communicate across platform, which we just talked about. As of November 2025, the feature is in beta testing, promising seamless chats with apps like Signal and Telegram. The initiative stems from the EU's Digital Markets Act, which mandates that gatekeeper platforms like WhatsApp enable cross-platform messaging to foster competition. Meta's WhatsApp, the parent company, has been preparing for this since 2023, with early tests showing a dedicated section of third-party chats. According to Android Police, the update will let users message contacts on other platforms without needing additional tools, though it's likely limited to EU users initially. So this will be limited to EU users initially, but it will more than likely proliferate to everyone else in the rest of the world. Under the hood, WhatsApp is leveraging the end-to-end encryption protocol to maintain security across platforms. However, interoperability requires third-party apps to adopt compatible standards, which could limit the participation. So we're still seeing if other people adopt this. This is kind of like everyone waiting on Apple to adopt RCS in their messaging app to be compatible with Android's messaging protocol. So it's only good if everyone complies, right? So if everyone complies and plays nicely with this could be really nice. Like I said, it could turn an already universal international app into something that's even more universal, right? Let's go to the chat. I use WhatsApp since I used to work with a lot of international folk and they all use it, says Durag. Yeah, absolutely. All of my international friends, I communicate with them through WhatsApp. I have friends that are in Japan still. I have friends that are, other parts of the world, Australia, military buddies, and we all communicate through WhatsApp. It used to be somewhat Signal now. Signal is what a lot of my military buddies have been using lately. But we still maintain our WhatsApp communication as well. So, even talking about that, the military buddies of mine that are using Signal, who have like migrated over to that and they don't use WhatsApp anymore, with the exception of talking to us who don't use Signal that way. But I use both. So this would be nice for all of us to still talk to each other using whatever platform they want to be in, right? If I like being in WhatsApp, they'll get my WhatsApp message in Signal and Telegram. So I think this is good. Interoperability is always a plus. VPN live in EU for WhatsApp. Oh, yeah, absolutely. BM. Yeah, that's a way to get around this whole EU only thing. VPN for the win. I use WhatsApp sometimes, says Mr. Mike. Yeah, I mean, are we Telegram users here? What do you guys use for alternate messaging services? Or do you guys basically use the native messaging app that's on your phone? What are we using out here? I just assumed the majority of the audience here would use one of those alternative messaging apps like Signal, Telegram, WhatsApp. I could be wrong about that. Signal is great for sharing war plans. That's why I kind of stopped myself from mentioning Signal in the security thing. It's not that it's not secure. People aren't using it in a secure way. Super funny. What else we got here on the tech front? Next up, we got Apple releases iOS 26.2 beta to the public. So let's go ahead and talk about those details here. What were you say from this actually? Ready to? No, we don't care about that at all. But Apple just dropped the first iOS 26.2 public beta, and it has tons of new features. Here's everything new. So let's talk about those things. Sleep score changes. Apple is changing how sleep score works for sleep tracking. Very high replaces excellent as the highest category, and the thresholds for each category have changed as well. The follows user feedback that criticized sleep score range for being too broad and excellent being too positive. Apple Podcast app enhancements. Apple is using AI to improve the Apple Podcast app experience, starting with iOS 26.2. The app can use AI to automatically generate chapters, link to preferenced podcast, preferenced? Oh yeah, for your preferences, and collect show links. Apple News design. So I guess there's a redesign to Apple News. iOS 26 itself is a major redesign with iOS 26.2. Apple is further refining the News app experience with quick links to popular sections within the app. AirPods live translation in the EU. Apple says AirPods live translation will be supported in European Union countries starting in December. That's presumably when iOS 26.2 will be released and out of beta. Liquid glass lock screen slider. So Apple has added a much more dramatic liquid glass slider that adjusts the level of transparency on the lock screen clock. It now works for each font option. So they have a little picture of it here. I'm not a fan of the liquid glass UI just yet. It's growing on me some. Not a total fan yet. Reminders, ads, alarms, and timers. iOS 26.2 introduces the ability to trigger an alarm when an urgent reminder is due. This provides a much higher level of notification than repeating alerts or time-sensitive alerts that persist. Alarms and timers can also break through focus modes. That's cool. We expect that iOS 26.2 to officially launch in December. Until then, you can try the developer beta for the fastest access to new features or the public beta if you want to play it safe. And those are the new features for the beta that's coming up in iOS 26.2. If you want to check that out, you can check out the story. I linked all of the stories I'm talking about in the description of the video. So if you want to get more detail on the stories I'm talking about, or if you just want the links that I'm talking about, you can link it there and get it for yourself. Enjoy. Next thing we got is going to be YouTube rolls out AI age verification to a new wave of users. I thought this was interesting because though they've talked about this, I haven't personally seen an example of it myself. Obviously, I wouldn't get this verification, right? But I did want to see what people have been saying about it. And I guess it's one of those stories that's talking about people's experience with it and what they're doing for the next wave of the AI age verification. After launching the new feature earlier this year, YouTube has unleashed a new wave of AI age verification on the platform, angering some. I mean, this is just to me the way of things, right? I mean, why are we upset about this? Is anyone in the chat upset about this? CJ says in Japan, 99% of people use an app named Line. Line? I never heard of Line. That's very interesting. We'll have to check that out after this story. Line. Interesting. YouTube first announced AI age verification back in July of this year. Nothing that it would start implementing checks in August. It wasn't until late September, though, that the first wave of users actually started getting hit with AI-based age verifications in content. Now another wave has hit. Over the past 24 hours, a number of YouTube users on Reddit have reported that their accounts have been restricted under YouTube's age verification. As with the case last time around, users can just accept the restrictions or verify that they are over the age of 18 by using an official ID. taking a selfie that is then used to estimate their age or use a credit card. Taking a selfie to estimate the age seems kind of weird. What are the markers for that? I'm a human. I can barely tell how old anyone is these days. I just don't know. As a reminder, YouTube's restrictions for accounts deemed to be under the age of 18 include the restrictions for accounts under the age of 18 include blocking age-restricted videos, showing only non-personalized ads, enabling digital well-being tools by default, showing reminders about privacy when uploading a video or commenting publicly, minimizing recommendations of videos with content that could be problematic if viewed in repetition. I mean, I would want some of these restrictions for myself. I don't know about y'all, but some of these don't sound bad. I mean, these are restrictions? These should be relabeled as features. Setting uploads as private by default for anyone, restricting the ability to earn from gifts on vertical live stream. So yeah, some of the restrictions there. I said, I think this is going to be a thing. AI verification is going to be a thing. A lot of companies are moving to this. YouTube, one of the bigger companies, right, moving to this kind of thing. It's just interesting to see how they implement it and what the backlash is all going to be like. Dr. Ling says, beginning with mass surveillance is what it sounds like to me. Well, I mean, right? I mean, you're giving them a picture that's verifying your age. That's a building. Anything they do, any information you give up is going to be used to build up a database of some kind, right? But what kind? That's the question. Maybe the AI part is the selfie verification. It is. The AI part is a selfie verification. But it's just how does the AI know what your age would be based off a selfie? Like I said, I can barely tell how old people are these days. Interesting stuff though. Very interesting. What else we got here? Oh yeah, Google Assistant. We talked about the Google Maps the other day on, I think it was yesterday's live. We talked about Google Maps, right? And how Google Maps is bringing Gemini into the fold. I thought this story was interesting right here because I made the claim that this is just going to be your hub for all your auto needs when you're in the Google ecosystem, because it not only is going to give you natural language ways to speak to your Maps app to ask it things about your surroundings, right, and directions and all kinds of other things, location related. It's also going to give you the ability to query your Maps app about things unrelated to location, like setting reminders for you. You can have it create events in your calendar, right? You can have it query your Gmail, right? Things like that are going to be possible when they roll out this new Maps app to everyone, right? So, and I think that's going to be people's hub for their car when they don't have when their car isn't equipped with Android Auto, right? If you have Android Auto, this is the implementation of Gemini that you're going to get. And I thought this is why this was kind of interesting. It was kind of completing the story from the other day. So Google has quietly started rolling out Gemini for Android Auto. It appears beta testers are the first users gaining access to AI Assistant. It's unclear which version of Android Auto Gemini is rolling out on. So during all earnings call in April, Google CEO Sundar Pichai confirmed that Gemini would replace Google Assistant in vehicles that connect to phones later in the year. Since then, Android Auto users have been eagerly waiting for the upgrade. After all the months of waiting, Gemini is finally starting to roll out for some Android Auto users. Multiple Android Auto users are reporting on Reddit that they have received the Gemini update. The charge is server-side, but the rollout appears to be arriving first for beta testers who are on Android Auto 15.6 or 15.7. The outlet also confirms that they are seeing the same on Android Auto 15.6 on their Pixel 10 Pro XL connected to various car displays. Both versions are only available in beta, but it's unclear if the rollout is tied to the beta or if Gemini is rolling up only on the beta by coincidence. So that's one of the things here. I was kind of button up that story from the other day, talking about Android Auto and how it pertains to the new Maps functionality when they add Gemini to it. Very interesting stuff. The Rock says, weird use case. Tesla uses Grok, I roll, but driving to the market, I use natural language to ask if what wines paired with the meal I was preparing. Strange new world. So Grok does this already. Then that's interesting. Thanks for that tidbit and sharing, Grok. Appreciate that. Pal enter. What is that, Dr. Ling? Please tell me. Maybe the AI part is this. We already got there. All right. So yeah, very nice way to wrap up that story from the other day. Oh, we're not ready to talk about that yet. All right. So moving on to our e-ink section here. Before we actually moving on to this midterm section here midterm section before we go on to the e-ink section. How are you guys feeling about having the text stories up front? I know we talk about this a lot, and I just want to query you guys to see how you feel about that. I just like giving you guys some text stories that I feel like are interesting and that may pertain to you in some kind of way. And I think it's just good to keep up with some of the things that are fast moving in technology, even for mainstream markets, right? All right, let's move on to e-ink, shall we? I promise transparency. I'm gonna make that transparent. It's gonna happen at some time. At some point, it's gonna be transparent next week. It's gonna be glorious and beautiful. I can't wait till it's just a banner. I get the butt up. Well, no, I'm not gonna do that. Palantir is Peter Thales, Tech Seth Thales, pronounce that right. About to set up AI servers in Gaza. Oh, choppy? Oh, I'm choppy? Oh, no. I hope it's better. I hope it got better. It doesn't look choppy on my end, if that's what we were talking about. Rock says, Rod, your vid is a little choppy. It might just be me. Oh my goodness. I hope it's straightened out because it looks to be straightened out on my end. If it's not, though, you guys let me know. Yeah. It looks to be straightened out on my end. I hope. Durock says text they will be. It's a fun running joke. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. All right, am I? Oh, I am choppy. Oh, my bad, you guys. Oh, and there we go. I think it cleared up. Well, I appreciate you guys rocking with me, and I will make those transitions transparent. They will be transparent soon, very soon. Audio seems okay, but video bad. Okay, I hope the video straightened up before we move on here to the e-ink. Vid's still bad. Hold on, let me look here. Oh, it looks to be good right now to me. I know it's gonna take a while. I'll take a second, like maybe 5 or 6 seconds to catch up to you guys. But let me know if and when it clears up. If it clears up, somebody let me know. I appreciate it. All right, so one more time. Let's get the e-ink transition that will be transparent next week. Maybe. Okay, all right. Now to the e-ink news. You guys are the best, man. I appreciate you for rocking with me. All right, e-ink news. We only really have one bit of e-ink news, and then we'll go on to some Reddit, and we'll see what kind of shenanigans Reddit got going on in the e-ink space. But I thought this was really interesting. So, let's hit this news story right here with the 25,000. Man, I brought up all kinds of things on this. All right, here we go. All right, so this story right here is Retina e-paper promises screens visually indistinguishable from reality. We got a couple of headlines here, but the big thing here is that they have technology that they're using e-ink for in a way that I'm like, why e-ink? But then I realized why e-ink. So what's happening is they're building a really, really, really small display that you can kind of stick on your eye. Now, that's just one use of this. There's going to be tons of uses for this, right? But that's just one use case they're talking about right now. And the biggest mainstream use case they're talking about for this technology is VR, AR headsets. So with that said, what we have here is a display that is 25,000 PPI using not e-ink, right? It's just how e-paper and how e-ink works now. So e-paper is a term that describes a lot of different things, and it enrages me when people use it in the wrong way. We need a term that describes the physical movement of pigment. We need a term that encompasses that's not e-ink, because e-ink is a branded term by the e-ink corporation, right? But for companies who are making displays like this, where they're e-ink-ish, but not made by the e-ink corporation, right? So they call it e-paper. But then we got like reflective LCDs that are called themselves e-paper. So it's confusing, and we need to straighten it out. But for right now, for the sake of this story, we're talking about an e-ink type display that has physical pigment being moved into place, right? So that's the e-ink tie into this. So what they did was make a really small display using e-ink, and the reason they're using e-ink is because of, like I said, the physical nature of e-ink, and where you don't need a light source, because when you start making pixels really, really small, and we have a tidbit here on why they would do that and what happens when you do that. The fact that metapixels don't need a light source eliminates the problem that video pixels take on when they get too small, such as light and color bleeding and issues with uniformity. So when you need a light source, you have problems with light bleed, uniformity, all those things come into play. But when you relying on ambient light, you don't have that problem, right? And then you can start to make pixels even smaller than what they are for LCDs. Yep, Dr. Ling is right. I just refreshed and all is synced. Oh, audio is bad, in and out. Can barely hear you. Allsman. My bad. I didn't see that just now. I agree with The Rock. Tech stories up front is nice. Tech up front is so that I can be late and still make it for e-ink. Is that 25,000 PPI in color or just black and white? LOL, says Dr. Ling. All right. First, is the stream okay for you guys still? If the stream is still good, we'll continue on. So for anyone who is getting a bad experience with the stream, refresh the stream, see if that helps the stream out. I had to do that myself to see it correct on my end, and people in the chat are having to do that as well. My apologies. We're gonna get this situated, but I appreciate you guys. So the displays are they can have black and white and color, right? So we're gonna talk about how they do the color here in a second. So what happens is, let's go into the details because I'm kind of skipping around out here a little bit. Researchers have created a e-paper screen called Retina e-paper with pixels tiny enough to skyrocket reflective displays into true 4K territory. It's about the size of a human pupil with a resolution that breaks through the limits of pixels. The invention could radically change virtual reality and other applications. While most video screens, such as those on our phones, tablets, and TVs, run at 300 to 500 PPI, this new tech can produce images at 25,000 PPI. On micro LED screens, pixels can't get much smaller than the 1 micrometer wide before losing their ability to render a clear, crisp image. So instead of relying on pixels, researchers turned to a different technique. They created what they've termed metapixels out of tungsten oxide, a material that can switch from being an insulator to a metal base on its electrical. Okay, let's start it over. They created what they've termed metapixels out of tungsten oxide, a material that can switch from being an insulator to a metal based on its electrical state. The metapixels reflect light differently based on their size and how they're arranged, and can be manipulated with an electrical current. In a way, they function much like the pigment in birds' wings and feathers, which can take on different colors based on how the light hits them. So these things will be able to, they have a micro structure And based on how that structure is orientated, it can reflect different hues of light, meaning the RGB, the red, green, blue colors that we need to make all the colors in the rainbow, right? It's going to be very limited right now, but it can produce colors, probably not very well, but it can produce colors, and they're going to work on this to get it to produce all the colors it needs to make images look as real as they can and as vibrant as they can. The result is that the team was able to create a screen that's about the size of a human pupil, packed with pixels measuring about 560 nanometers wide. The screen, which has been dubbed retinal e-paper, has a resolution beyond 25,000 pixels per inch. Beyond 25,000 pixels per inch. So it goes above that. This breakthrough, but the thing is, if you go above that, the eye won't be able to discern it anyway. So you'd be going over that. It's like diminishing returns, right? Above a certain number, it hardly matters at all. And after a certain number, it doesn't matter at all. Here we go. This breakthrough paves the way for the creation of virtual worlds that are virtually indistinguishable from reality, says a Chalmers news release about the breakthrough, hinting at the technology's use in VR and AR. This means that each pixel roughly corresponds to a single photoreceptor in the eye, i.e. the nerve cells in the retina that convert light into biological signals. Humans cannot perceive a higher resolution than this. So that's how they left that there, which is very cool. So I had an illustration here to show that's kind of talking about how this would work. You get the screen here in the front of the pupil. You get the pupil behind that, and the screen has these pixels that are the size of your photoreceptors in your retina. So they correlate 1 to 1. This is incredible stuff. Very interesting, very has far-reaching implications, right? Because if they can do this on a small scale like this, what can they do on a bigger scale, right? When they don't have size constraints like this. I think this could be very interesting. Let's go to the chat. Stream is perfect after refreshing. Kaleido 4 in 4K. Absolutely, Dr. Ling. Sounds amazing, but does it support EMR pins, though? CJ, of course, they would never defile the smallest EMR screen with some active tech, okay? No one, they wouldn't. I would never allow it, okay? Ever. I bet they went active, LOL, to save money. Probably, if they did it to save money because this is going to be expensive. The Rock says, question: will the refresh and latency this can do? What will be the refresh and latency that this can do? That's been the huge hurdle in VR and not causing nausea. Well, that's the question, right? We don't know that just yet. This is just in testing, and they're just figuring out that they can do this kind of thing. The implications they're saying are for VR, so I'm assuming they're talking about this, because even with non-e-ink displays, the refresh rates sometimes make me woozy. It has to be super high refresh rates for me not to get seasick with VR headsets, which is why I don't typically bother with them, because they're just not there for me, for where I can use them without taking a bottle full of Dramamine. But that's been the case for me. It's not the case for everybody. So that's a good question, though, The Rock. I'll try to figure that out, and I'll keep an eye on this and update everyone on new information as it comes through, because this is very exciting. This is supposed to be like a contact lens. Is this supposed to be like a contact lens, says Dr. Ling. They're showing it as like a contact lens right now, and I think that's the end result, but I don't think that's where they're going right now. Right now, the tech is just displaying, but I think this would be the end game for it could be a contact lens type of situation. They showed this with a famous painting. I forgot what the name of it was, when they showed this to some members of the press who got to see this in action. I was floored that they said that it was really the resolution was there, obviously, right? The color, they didn't comment on the color. They just talked about the resolution. They said the resolution was there to show a 4K image on that scale of a pupil. So very interesting. This is about to turn into a Black Mirror episode. Everything in tech news seems to be a Black Mirror right now. Absolutely. 100%, The Rock. I agree with this. But I do like this. E-ink screens, this is a company who's making e-ink, and they don't even know it, right? That they're looking at this like, oh, this is the only way we could have done this is with an e-ink type of technology. When they realize that they can make bigger screens without the confinements of something this small, oh man, I think this company's going to do big things. I think it's definitely going to do big things here. All right. And that was up for the e-ink news I have. The rest of the stuff I wanted to talk about is just some Reddit stuff. So we're going to fill out the rest of the time with some Reddit news here that I thought was interesting. The Big Me High Break Pro is a total fiasco. Now, I'm interested in this because I thought, okay, well, I think the High Break Pro was interesting looking. Everyone was like, Rod, you don't want to deal with that. The software is a headache. You didn't even want to deal with the Scribe because the software was a headache. This is worse than the Scribe, so skip it. And I thought, okay, I'm going to skip this because I know the kind of headache I thought I was avoiding with avoiding the Scribe. I don't want to welcome even more of a headache with the Big Me High Break Pro here. But anyway, I want to check this out to see what someone had to say on Reddit about this. This post has been getting some traction, so here we go. Hello, everyone. Very disappointed. I really wanted to like this phone. The e-ink display was the perfect solution for my digital detox and reading. And it still is, but Big Me is not the company I should have trusted. Ooh, that's tantalizing. After using my Big Me High Break Pro purchased on the official website, for some time, my conclusion is clear. This device is a nightmare of instability and insecurity. I finally gave it up and got my old phone back. The user experience is simply infuriating. System bugs are constant, but the worst is random freezing. The device crashes for no reason, forcing me to restart in the middle of important tasks. Reliability is non-existent. The final blow is the loss of data. Ooh, wow. Yes, you read correctly. I lost critical data and there was no possibility of recovering it. For a modern device, that is a catastrophic flaw. I need a phone I can rely on for my banking and business applications. You want an e-ink phone for business and banking? And you talking about security? Bro. Yeah, that's not going to happen. And the High Break Pro is the exact opposite of either. The screen is excellent and the only positive point of the device, but the rest does not follow. The camera is objectively very mediocre, almost unusable. Forget any decent photo. The quality of the finishes is disappointing. With a plastic filling. Okay, so it's a plastic phone. The worst, customer support. Okay, so ditching on customer support. I don't care about that, but I do care about the experience of the phone. Okay, so yeah, I mean, maybe dodging the bullet here. Aaron says, Rod, I might have to change my stance on the Remarkable Paper Pro move. Wait. Hold my phone. Aaron? Is that you? Did someone hijack Aaron's account? Okay, I have a question for Aaron that only Aaron would know. Only Aaron would know this. What's the worst piece of landfill trash on the planet? No. Everyone knows that. I'm sorry. Aaron wouldn't know that. An imposter to the channel would know. Someone who hijacked Aaron's account wouldn't know that. Aaron, what? Dr. Ling says, yes. One of us, LOL. Welcome to the club. Yeah, welcome to. Why, Aaron? What changed your mind? What changed your mind, Aaron? I want to know. First answer my landfill trash question so I know it's actually you. Then tell me why. The first problem is that it's a Big Me device. Okay, there we go. So I won't even. We'll go to the next one. What else we got next here? All right, so this is a story you posted about Viwoods marketing material we saw the other day on the live. So I wish they had created an AI paper too with a faster processor. I wish that I knew this would do about the blah 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 blah. I don't know what that was, but it's not what I wanted to see. I agree with you. A refreshed AI paper. No, everyone wanted a refreshed AI paper. It hasn't even been a year yet. Or has it? Has it been a year? Yeah, Aaron, we definitely need a video on this, but tell us first. Then make the video. People wanted the AI too. I don't care about the AI paper 1 is good right now. They don't need this. They won't need an update till someone comes along and beats them on the screen. Then they may need to update it, but yeah, they're doing good. Mobius 10.3, the best contrast I've have anyway. Yeah, that's good. I mean, the eReader was a good move. I think either the eReader or a color device, either or could have been good. Aaron says it's Boox pen, and I got one in Boox. It's the Boox pen. Absolutely, thank you. So thank you for verifying that you're actually Aaron. Okay, now what did you have to say, Aaron? And I got one in hand. It might be more of the partner app than the tablet itself. The partner app is good because you're paying for it. That Connect is good. You pay for that good though. You pay for that good. It's good stuff. I won't deny it. It's just good right now, Aaron. I'm telling you, once you right on that 7.3 inch screen, and you're like, this is how mobile should be, because it is. You're gonna look at that. You're gonna look at those other screens and be like, this is too small. And especially hold on, especially when you can put this in your pocket. Especially when this is a phone that has a 7.1 inch screen that has EMR that you can fit in your pocket. When things like this exist, it tells me that, hey, someone in eInk needs to take note. Make an eInk device this size, 7.1 inch. You need 7 inches to be comfortable writing. This is 7.1 and it still fits in your pocket. Somebody, anybody, do this. Okay, my bad. All right, we'll continue. Somebody needs to do that. For real. I have issue with it, but it's better than what I thought it would be. That thing is great. Listen, you got a case with it, Aaron? And what pen did you get with it? Okay, those are 2 questions I got to know. Do you have a case, and what pen did you get? As a companion device to the bigger thing, the Paper Pro, it's great. As a standalone, I'm going to throw this. It's great. I just wish it had no bezels and was as thin as this thing right here. That fits in your pocket. It has EMR. It has a note-taking app. It's just trash because it's got the faux e-ink screen. That's really LCD, just goes black and white and hinders you in every way possible. Okay. All right. I'm sorry. We'll get away from that. We'll get away from it. It infuriates me. Let's move on. What else we have here in the Reddit space? I lost 90% of my files and somebody else's private diary started showing up on my export folder after cloud sync. What? On Supernote? Let's get into it. I've already contacted Supernote about the lost files, but this morning while sorting through what files were left that didn't get deleted, I stumbled upon a folder I don't recognize. I opened it and there were notes that I also didn't or don't recognize. The notes contain private diary journal style monologues. I stopped reading after the first page. How could this happen? I was just writing on my work notes. Then all of a sudden the auto sync kicked in and I got an error saying the file I was editing doesn't exist. It kicked me out of my notes and back to the notes root directory where I first saw that almost every files, were deleted. Please help. Things I've tried. Restart the device. Let's see what the comment says. Oh, Mulan chimed in. Oh boy. Listen, when Mulan chimed in, you know it's going to be either 2 things. You getting a whole bunch of help or you getting a whole bunch of hate. There's no in between. Let's see what he got. Thank you for your patience while we investigate the issue with your files. We appreciate being upfront with us and informed us that you own 2 Supernote Nomad tablets, with one of them being lost. Ooh, I can see where this is going already. I can see where this is going already. We have confirmed what happened. The person who found your lost Nomad device has accessed it, deleted your existing files, and added new ones. When that device synced to your Supernote cloud account, those changes, the deletions, and additions were replicated on your new Nomad. In the fortunate event that some user lost their Supernote tablet and reached out to us, we would always recommend them to change their Supernote cloud account password. In light of what happened to your files, we will also ask our developers to prioritize the ability to freeze lost devices to prevent issues like this. Your privacy and data security are our priority. To immediately secure your account and prevent any further issues, please take these steps. Okay, close attention, you guys. This could help you guys out. Reset your cloud password immediately. Immediately. Pause auto sync. And they show ways to do this. We understand how alarming and frustrating this must be, and we sincerely apologize for the inconvenience and distress it has caused. Our team is ready to work with you to explore every possible avenue for recovering your lost PDFs. PKM. They use the word PKM. Shame on you, Milan. Shame on you. And work notes. We have just sent a follow-up email to your inbox to begin the process. Your prompt response will help us assist you quickly as possible. That was hilarious. I saw where that was going from the door. Yeah, Mulan was super thorough with this one right here. Super thorough. I like that. Super concise. We're getting a chat. Parm says, I'm late. Did you guys discuss the new iFly Tech David tablet did a video on? Looked pretty promising. I didn't do that, but we can talk about that Monday because I got to look at that video, Parm. Good morning. Thanks for showing up. Aaron says, so does this mean the person who found the lost tablet didn't reset the tablet? They must not have reset the tablet. They must have just deleted the information on the tablet, but not factory reset the tablet, so the account was still there. What is PKM? Personal Knowledge Management. And it's trash. It's second brain. Oh, we got to come up with this. I'm not going to do it. It's going to offend somebody. If you like PKM, more power to you. I am not PKM over here. I'm second brain over here. Okay? You pick a side. Pick a side. That quick response means they already knew about the issue. Yeah, they knew about it. But the thing was, he also knew about it. Like that, he should have just come to that conclusion on his own. When you realize I lost one of my devices, and then you start seeing stuff pop on your other device when they sync, that would have been the first thing popped into my head. Just like it was the first thing that popped into my head when reading this after she said, you told us you lost a device. I was like, okay, I can see where this is going already. I can see where this is going for sure. All right, what else we got here? Mulan set him straight real quick with the quickness. She set him straight lickety split. Anyone disappointed with the Palma 2 Pro being color? No. Why are you confused and disappointed in your confusion? Let's find out, you guys. I personally feel like the Boox Palma 2 Pro color should have released with a black and white screen version. It did. It did. You didn't see it? Who are you? Whose man's is this? As a matter of fact, shut up. Let's go on to the next story. The Remarkable released a second version of the Remarkable Paper Pro with a wider display. Yes, they did. They absolutely did. And I'm still waiting on mine. Remarkable. Oh boy, Remarkable. Let me Patrick Mahomes you. Can I get my replacement? Because I've been waiting for a minute. I want to make some more Paper Pro content. Someone at Remarkable. I know it's going to take a while for this to reach Norway. I know it for this video transmission. 8 minutes. That's what they tell me. Scientist Rod did the calculation. He told me. So please. The person sitting next to me at work conference happened to have one, and her display was so much brighter. Yeah, they put all right, for people who don't know, that screen that was in the remove, I hyped that screen up from here to Kingdom Come. Why? Because it looks so good. Especially when you compare it to the screen on the Remarkable Paper Pro that I have sitting right here. that came out week 1. So they're slowly turning the screens over in the Remarkable Paper Pros. Those are new screens in the newer ones. I was telling people don't buy the Remarkable Paper Pro until they start putting the new Move screen into the Pro. They started doing that. They started doing that about a month ago. Almost a month ago now. Now's a good time to buy a Remarkable Paper Pro because it has the Move screen in it, and that Move screen is phenomenal, you guys. Straight phenomenal. Bro, I'm still waiting for my Manta replacement. Oh, snap. Mulan, listen. Dr. Ling, you know what I'm saying? You gotta help him out. You can't leave him hanging like that, okay? It's my only other Remarkable soldier here, okay? You can't have me soldiering for Remarkable by myself. I need backup, okay? Dr. Ling has been backup for me. What do you, oh my God. That was Dr. Ling? Wait, Dr. Ling, I thought you were Remarkable. Manta? You ordered a Manta replacement, which means you already had one? Wait, you're Remarkable and Supernote? Dr. Ling, let me know. I thought you was Remarkable all the way. I don't think they have a Palma 2 Pro black and white. All right, you guys tell me. They released 2 devices, a black and white and a color device, right? I think the Note Air 4C screen looks better than the Move. Stop playing with them. And stop playing with Remarkable, yo. Stop playing with Remarkable. Bro, I'm still your Remarkable backup. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Lane. I appreciate that. You can't abandon me now. Like it would just be me by myself. I can't cape for Remarkable by myself. I can't hold the sword and the shield, okay? I can't do both. It's too heavy. They make it out of unobtainium or something. Dr. Lane says I'm both Supernote and Remarkable. Okay, that's good to know. Well, at least you're willing to back me up when I get the Remarkable hate in here, and I get lots of Remarkable hate in here from time to time, and have the Go 10.3. Oh, okay, so that's what's up. That's what's up. So you hate all platforms equally. I like that. Sort of like myself. All right. Yeah. So for anyone who doesn't know, the Remarkable Paper Pro has a new screen in it, and it's the same screen that they engineered to put in the Remarkable Paper Pro Move. It's a better screen than what it shipped with a year ago. Okay, it's a better screen than what it shipped with a year ago for sure. Oh, black and white new Palma is for the Chinese market only. Oh, CJ, thank you, appreciate that. So yeah, all right, good to go. Good to go. So they don't have one for the U.S. market. Okay, thank you. Hey, listen. I'm getting the applause for the chat today. You guys are helping me out. I've learned so much today from you guys. Thank you guys. I really appreciate you being here. You guys have like corrected me on and taught me so much today that I really have to call it out. I hate the Boox platform the most. Sheen says I still have the Remove too. Over 20,000 views on my TikTok account. It's awesome at what it does. Oh yeah, that's what's up. That is what's up. I'm gonna have to go subscribe to your TikTok account, Sheen. First, I have to make me a TikTok account. Then we're good. It's just more limited functionality, but for what it does so well. Absolutely, that's a great way to put that, and that's what I try to tell people. It's not going to do everything, but the things it does really well, and the build quality can't be beat. You know, you can talk a lot of crap about the Remarkable, but you can't talk about the hardware. Okay, they run that. Hate among platforms is not equal. For me, it's equal. It's equal hate for all platforms for sure. I hate them all equally. Some I hate a little less, but it's equal hate. All right. What else we have here for this Reddit round here? New e-ink displays could refresh Retina e-ink papers. This is a story we already talked about, but I saw it on Reddit when I went to go look at some Reddit stories, and I figured I'd put it up here to show that hey, I'm not the only one talking about this. Reddit's talking about this as well. But let's see what they're saying in the comments. Can anyone say if it's just likely to actually hit the market? The article makes it sound pretty preliminary. It is preliminary. This isn't coming to market anytime soon. Looks very promising, but transitioning from the research stage to commercial availability can take years. Yeah, this is going to be a while down the road. Butterfly color tech. Butterfly wings don't have color the way screens or pigment do. They just use structural coloration, tiny nano ridges that bend and reflect light. Yeah, this is exactly how that works. It uses the nano structure of the pigment to reflect light, to reflect different wavelengths of light to make it seem like it's colored. And this would be a very cool technique for somebody to use for traditional ink, right? And I think we're like the person in this comment said, I think we're going to see this technology reach the commercial sector and eventually and use some of this technology for color. What would that do for color pigment though, right? Would it help refresh rates? I'm assuming they're going to do something with the refresh rate since they're talking about VR and AR, right? I'll keep my eye on this, you guys. I'll keep my eye on it. All right, last one. Last Reddit we got here is going to be easy. Oh, this is one of the paper tablets I was talking about. I saw amongst the host of e-ink tablets I've been seeing this month coming out or going to be coming out. Have you guys seen this? What do you guys think? I don't know how I feel about after seeing Amazon's Scribe Colorsoft. I don't know if I can rock with anybody other than the spine. Now it's like, I see spines on devices now. I'm like, it's a little cringy. Okay. After seeing this right here, hold on, let me pull it up for you. After seeing what Amazon did with this thing right here. Oh, what? After seeing these bezels, I can't look at something like this now and be like, oh, it's okay. No, it's not okay. I need this. I need this right here. Amazon, you better not disappoint me. You better not disappoint me, Amazon. Whew. All right, you guys. That's going to be the show for today. I appreciate everybody for joining me. I really appreciate you guys for joining me today. It's been an awesome show. Let's get to the chat crew. We got Parmesan here today. CJ. We got She Ink. We got Aaron. I think we said Palm already. Dr. Ling. We got Aaron. Mr. Mike. We got we had Robert. We had Robert here earlier. We also had The Rock. BM. Thanks for joining me. And if I missed you, I will get you to the next show. Thanks to chat for joining me. This was Rants About Tech, where we do tech news, do e-ink news, and random stuff throughout the day. And we do this Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to kind of whenever. Today we did it for an hour. We did an hour show. Congratulations. We did an hour show, you guys. Applause. We held it to an hour. We did it. We did it. We did it. Like if you like. We held it to an hour. We did it. We did it. We did it. Like if you like, subscribe if you want to see more, you guys. And join me tomorrow. I said tomorrow. Join me Monday if you want to hear about the e-ink news we were talking about here earlier. I got to go through the chat and check out, see what we were talking about. But we're going to hit on a couple of stories that some people in the chat brought up come Monday. So join us. Don't miss it. And until then, you guys, have a good weekend. Have a great rest of your day. Take care. Peace.